Yeah, I went in and got something quick, but
Yeah, but
not
you,
too much. Not too
yeah,
much. It was probably like because I have two accounts that I'm trading with. I got the 25K one,
I
and I have
remember you had the rhythmic still.
nah. I ain't, I got rid of that. I got rid of
Oh,
the
okay.
rhythm. But I do got a 25K what is it called? Tradeovate one. And so with that, I was talking to Howard. The maximum contracts you can put on there is four. So I remember you
Ah,
said go half. So I went two, but
mm-hmm.
it's still taking a long time for that to fill up. Like
That's that's what I was trying to explain. Remember in the beginning, I was trying to explain to you that people think because they're smaller that it is it's easier because it's like, oh, I only have to get 500, I only have to get 1,000 or whatever the amount is. But because you have to use the same risk management, it's the same. You might as well go for the big account because it's the same thing. And actually, to me, in my opinion, the bigger account goes faster, in my opinion. So, because I've tried the smaller ones, I can't do it. I can't get $2.50. That's what I was saying when I'm like, you earning 250 every pick. Like that's a lot to get to 1,000. So,
yeah, because yesterday
but
I was at like a I was at like on my regular account I was at like 600,
okay.
and that's the 300 account. Like when we was
Mhm,
doing that thing yesterday, I seen it pile up to like 600 on a regular
mhm.
account, but on the 25K one, it was like $100 or $50. I'm like, what in the world? Like, so yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Howard, you know how Howard do? Howard say put three on there. I said, bro, that's gonna blow the whole account, man. I ain't putting three
yeah.
on there.
But the whole thing, like I've been, I don't know if you guys had kind of heard me. I've been practicing with the they have it's not them though, but they do have one. Apex has a fixed drawdown. I've never tried the fixed drawdown because it was 100,000 and I never even looked at it, to be honest with you.
You talking about
So
already at
I
the end, right? Already at
yep.
the end. Yeah, I was telling Howard about it yesterday. I said, yo, she hit me up because I was at my son's little college workout when you text
Okay.
me, and I told Howard about it, and it's like you said, $27, but yeah, it's
Okay.
like 650 or something like that. You can't lose 650.
Yeah, but you can't. It's really you're not gonna lose it. Trust me. Like literally, you are earning $2.50 a pip, literally. So it's like, but what you know what I mean. But the
Sheesh.
cool part about it is because you don't lose, like for instance, you don't have the trailing drawdown to worry about. Because you don't have that, it's like a regular account that we're used to trading on Forex. Like you go up and down, so it can go through the pullback, is what I'm saying.
I
So if
got you.
you wanted to position trade it, you
You can.
could.
Yeah.
That's one, like if you wanted to like position trade, you could position trade, but it's going to be a small. But most people start out with small position trades anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's fit for that particular thing. So I was looking at it and I was trying it, and I was just like, okay, because I mean, don't get me wrong, like you get like look like I had a little run this morning and I made $115. But you got to think about it. It's still the same thing. If for instance, with our $300,000 account, we set a goal to make $1,000 20 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. You make this one is $2,000. So you set a goal to make $100
$100. Yeah.
20 times. It's the
Yeah.
same. It just doesn't seem like it. That's what I'm saying. It's the same math though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
That's
we
what I.
see them little numbers and we like, that's not gonna do
Yeah.
nothing for my bills. That's all it is, but it adds up the same way because again, you have to remember that what they do is they're doing it to form trust with you if they're a good company, if they're a real legit company, because
Mm-hmm.
like with them, they go into the live market. So with futures, because they're going into the live market, they're doing it to get trust with you. They want a consistently profitable trader. They don't want somebody trading crazy. So really that's a good account to show them your skills and that you're a consistently profitable trader
Yeah.
because you can use your actual knowledge with position trading rather than scalping.
Yeah.
So it's a thing. It's something I'm testing out to see. I haven't really done that much position trading in it because I've been doing a lot of work. I haven't done a lot of analysis. But I plan on it. I plan on doing some position trading in it. But I'm only like $400 away from passing, and I haven't even been paying attention to it. So you can't, like one time, but I caught a big drop or something. I made like $1,000, and that was hard to make. Trust me.
Yeah, because you was sitting there for a minute to get that 1,000.
Yeah, no, it was a drop. It was a big drop. I
Oh,
caught it.
quick.
Yeah, it was quick
Oh,
because I
okay.
caught
Okay.
drop. But yeah, so it didn't go bad. But good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. We kind of walked into our PIP conversation. We'll be talking PIP news. So, but yeah, hopefully, how's everybody's morning this morning? I haven't had my coffee yet, but hey, we're gonna get there today. Anybody else? Good morning.
What kind of account was that? That you guys were just talking about?
So right now, part of we kind of have a bonus to the challenge where we're actually looking to help. I'm helping people to qualify for their any type of prop firm account. Right now, most of the people that are on here are using the prop firm Apex.
Yeah, I am too. So I have the 300,000, but I was just wondering what is the difference between the one you were saying where you don't have the trailing drawdown?
So it's the same. It's the same people, but the one I have is not actually the same people, but it's the same concept. But it's a fixed drawdown. So if you go to the ones on Tradeovate or Apex, you got to go all the way to the end. That's what he was saying. Go all the way to the end. It's like $100,000 account. I think you have to. You can't. You can't lose. Like, you can't drop. $625 is the limit that they allow you to lose. But trust me, that would be you would have to get caught up in like a massive move or something, because you can only trade well with them the one I'm with, they only allow me to trade 5 contracts, but Apex allows you to trade, I think, 10 and these are micro contracts. They're micros.
I think it's like 2, or it's not.
It's two contracts, but 20 micros. It's 2 contracts for 20 micros. This one lets you do like 5 micros. The one I'm doing is only like 5 micros. So they let you do more on Apex. So you got to be a little bit more. But the one I'm doing, it only lets you do 5 micro, which is like $2.50 a pip. So, or it might be I think it's $1.25 actually. A tick, not a pip, a tick. So, you have to really get caught up to lose it. And so I was just saying that it allows you to do position trading. Like you see most of the stuff that we are doing here because of, it's only 30 days. I can't teach you guys everything in 30 days. So for that reason, I've taught you, I've been working on scalping, teaching you how to safely scalp is basically what we've been doing throughout the challenge. And so, yeah, I was just saying that is an account working with futures that for those that do know how to position trade already, you would be able to position trade with that because of the way it's set, because you don't have a trailing drawdown. So you don't, if you give money back, it doesn't go against you. Okay. So that's the thing with that. So with a trailing drawdown, even though you've earned that money, if you give it back, not only do you lose the money, but it also holds it against you, basically, because your trailing drawdown drops as well. You lose your profit and you lose your trailing drawdown balance. So it's like a double dose. So you have to be really meticulous when you're trading with a trailing drawdown. But the fixed drawdown allows for the pullbacks and all that. So you can still trade your regular style.
Gotcha. Okay.
No problem. Everybody understand that? Thank you for that question, because I sometimes I take it for granted that people know what I'm talking about, and I forget about being a beginner trading. Not saying you are, but beginner trading, and that the things that I have to explain. So sometimes I'm not good at that. So thank you
Yeah,
for that.
I'm a beginner in the Apex stuff, like the funded. So yeah, all of that
Mhm.
is like, yeah, foreign language to me. So thank you for explaining that.
Thank you. No problem. No problem. All right. So did anybody, I know we didn't get to trade much last night because it was a slow night. There was a little bit movement today at 5:30. As we know, there was some news. So that was there today. Let me see, I'm trying to get to, let me see. So did anybody else
I
trade? I know
kind of
Jason,
played around this morning with it, and I
did you?
lost. But
I trade a little bit.
yes,
You traded. Howard, did you do, Howard?
I'm at 52.7. If that I traded the 50K accounts that
Okay,
they
I'm
said.
like, that don't tell me anything, but okay, I
I
understand now.
traded the 50K accounts that came through. I said, let me get those out the way so I
Okay,
can
I
bump
like
everything else. So I'm at 52.7.
Okay, and are you
Then I'm
positioned? How are you trading in that? Are you doing a position trade or are you scalping it?
No, I'm scalping that one
Okay, just
because
wanted
I'm doing four
trailing drop.
four four or five contracts, and
Okay,
I'm waiting for the setup. What's this?
that's right.
I'm waiting
Okay,
for the setup and then let it go.
Joy, how did you trade? Are you doing position trading? Were you doing position trading this morning or were you scalping?
I was scalping, but
Okay.
I go in too many times.
Okay,
As long as it let me.
okay, I
So, and
see.
then I stayed in. I just stayed in. I said, let me just see. Yeah,
Okay,
I
all right.
didn't. Yeah.
I'm seeing
Mm.
that the news can be definitely traded with that daily
Uh,
bread trade
Yes.
beautifully.
I'm loving all of this because I remember when, we first started talking to people, oh, I don't trade the news. I love that you guys don't have the fear of the news. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that news was definitely. I mean, it went all the way up. So if you'd have put a buy and a sell in, it shot all the way up. Trigger those so they come all the way down. Man, this is beautiful, and you already have a hedge, so you're not worried about your loss. Beautiful.
You just have to be ready when, when the take profits happen. You just got to be ready. But yeah, and there's some ways I could teach it even without the tool, but the tool just makes it easy during fast periods to get in and get out. Because it's not really like the trade manager is better for the hedge for like for like one position trading the news, and that's another concept that I'll probably teach later. Because it's more to it, but yeah, the daily bread is for the trade manager. All I can say is the trade manager is the thing, especially to catch some news because you can catch like when it goes in, you can catch it and you can add positions. That's where it really. I have a video I'm gonna have to place in the into Kingdom Exchange where we caught it was at 6:30, but you can see where it adds the positions, and that's when money really starts to accumulate because of the added positions. And we don't have the trigger finger to move that quick to add positions, whereas the system doing it and adding the positions and managing the trailing stop loss and all of that, we don't have, I don't have the ability to move that fast at this point. So yeah, that's when you really can see. I think you can really see it in seconds mount up. So, but it's about 6:17, and I'm gonna get to sharing my screen so that I can so we can. I'm just gonna prepare for the talk for the I'm sorry for the talk. Prepare for the trade is what I'm trying to say. So we all know we go into kxctrading.com. Where do I put this thing at? kxctrading.com. And we log in and we go to the daily bread that's on the side under trade managers. So I'm going to pick my account that I'm going to trade. I think I'm gonna trade this one today just to trying out different levels. So it's got to load a little bit because I haven't loaded this account. That's why. There we go. Oh, no, that ain't it. 20,000. And I'm gonna do one that I'm used to because I just want to play with me today. Okay, let's see.
Got a quick question while we're waiting.
Okay,
Hopefully
I-
you have answered this question already. But is it possible to have like two of the trade managers open? So in the event I want to take two daily breads on two different instruments.
Yes, you can have it. When that last part, it has to be two different. You have to be on like so you can't do it. I don't know if you can do it in two different windows because what happens, I think is that if it's in the two different windows, it switches like you know what I mean. It
One or the other.
But if you have it on two different things, like you might have it on your phone and your computer, I know it works.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
I
Thank you.
haven't tried it in two different tabs, but
Well,
I
I'll try
have.
it today. How about that? Okay.
There you go. I haven't tried it in two
See.
different tabs, and then I
Okay.
don't know the difference between a Mac and a PC if it's any different either.
Okay.
So, because I know some things are different when it comes to that, but I haven't tried it, so I can't say. But I have tried it on a phone and a PC. But you guys, that's with the app, kind of, you know. So,
Thank
no problem. You guys want to try S&P today? You want to try something different? Oh, I don't have the settings for S&P. US 30? I don't know. Anybody been watching? I was on NASDAQ and it had just went through an upward move. Let me see. Wrong thing. Because it had news at 5:30. So I had just seen. So it had taken this up, it went up and then it was coming back down. Yeah. So I don't know. It went exactly to the places that I said last night. I don't know if anybody, ooh, watch that. Let me get in the trade. It's dropping like crazy. Yeah, I'm not getting in the trade. I'm not meaning to get in the trade. I'm saying get my daily bread together. That's what I was meaning. So I'm just going to do NASDAQ, make it easy. We already been in there. All right, so it's ready to go. I'm going to do my trailing stop loss. I'm not going to do the one closes the other because I want to try and get some more videos for the hedge. Oh no, what I'm going to do is do close opposing orders on take profit today. So that way, if we get in a hedge, yeah, I'll do it like that. So the difference between one closes the other and close opposing orders on take profit is it'll keep your hedge in there just in case it activates both sides. You know, it'll keep your hedge in there until one of them takes profit versus instead of one of them activating. This one closes the bot, like, you know, the other stops. If it activates, you know, so if buys activate, it closes the sells. If sells activate, it closes the buys. But on this one, it leaves them both open until one of them hits the take profit. That's the difference. So it keeps your hedge in place until you've taken profit. Once you've taken profit, it closes them out. So that's the one that I usually trade with, just so you guys know. So this is about 8,000. I could do about, I'm going to do a 1 and see if it works. I don't know. I haven't looked at my calculator yet. So that's that. So we're ready to go at 6:22. Anybody else have any questions about anything? I'm set. I'm ready to go. And that's all we literally do. If you're using an indice like NASDAQ or US 30, the best settings are already set. If you use another asset or if you're trading another asset, I do have settings that I could give you recommended settings, but the best thing is always to back test it in a demo account first to see if that fits with, you know, where you're comfortable at in trading before you actually use it in a live account.
Hey, Darnice, at the
Yes.
$500 amount, those settings should not be, I mean, like the 10 points, the points and
The points it doesn't matter for the dollar amount.
okay.
The points is just how far it's gonna go. So your
Oh.
lot size determines, you know, your account and your lot size determines, you know, what you want to make, the amount of money. Because, you know, if you have a $500 account, you won't be able to handle a one lot size. Because remember, this is not really a one, this is really a 3, because you have 3 orders. So you're putting in 3 trades with 1 lot size. So it's really 3, if you think about it that way.
Okay.
So whatever the amount that's in here, you want to multiply it by 3 to make sure that that fits your account and your margin status.
Alrighty.
Okay, Jay?
What instrument you trading?
NASDAQ, because I could trade US because I don't have my
No,
settings.
NASDAQ, NDX, USD.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
But this is a different account. I'm not in PlexiTrade is US Tech. I'm not in
Okay.
Oh,
PlexiTrade.
that's why I wasn't finding it. I was gonna say, I'm not
Gotcha.
finding that. So it's US
Okay.
Tech. And
Yeah,
okay.
so you guys, you know, every broker has their own symbol. So you got to know. That's why, you know, you got to know, you know, I'm trading NASDAQ, but the
Mhm.
symbol is for PlexiTrade is US Tech. Some of them might have, you know, US 100. Some of them might
Okay.
have, you know, US Tech. Like everybody's different. This one is NDX.
Okay.
This
Gotcha.
one. Okay.
Oh,
So we got about 3 minutes. Let me make sure that I have my, oh, I can't even trade that one anyway, because I'm not on the right server. So let me switch this one. Switch this one, because I'm not on the right server.
Hey, for these last couple of minutes, Denise, have you traded natural gas or oil?
I trade oil. I do trade oil, and I haven't yet. I haven't since I've been on here. Maybe that's what because you have to have I've traded it in regular accounts. Let me say that.
Oh, okay.
Because not in this one, because you have to have I back test before I give out any settings. I always back test. And so I haven't had the opportunity to back test oil. So that's why I haven't done oil with the Daily Bread, because I back test thoroughly before I'll put the settings
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
for the best. Yeah, so that's why I haven't done it, but I will be doing some back testing on other assets as well. But mostly I do indices. Again, the only thing that I'll say is if you're used to trading like, GBP or because it works on currency pairs too. Like when GBP has news, it works just as well. So you go into a GBP pair and it works. If Japan's having news, the JPY pairs, you trade them. So it just it works with everything with any time there's high volatility, whether it's news.
We gotta pause. It's 7 after the hour. We gotta get our fingers ready. Sorry.
Okay.
And
Thank
cut
you.
you off.
Yeah. So, well, I'm ready. I just, we just got to click submit. So, okay. So this is, let me open up this one so I'll see which one it is.
And at the end, I have another question.
No problem. I think it just turned 6. Nope, we still got a minute. Well, this one, because I don't have to manage it, it's okay to ask your question. I only have to click a button, so I'm okay, like literally. But I don't know. Well, you don't want to interrupt. Okay,
Okay, it's 28, so I'm gonna hit my button and then I'll
Okay.
ask. Hold on. I've got multiple going on, so just say it here.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Got my octopus arms today.
Oh, wait a minute. Mine said it.
All right,
Oh,
cool.
that's why. This one. Okay, so you notice mine just said that it activated, but it didn't because my lot size was too big. I forgot that this is my micro account. I'm testing the micro account. And so that's why it didn't open, just so you guys, I don't know if you guys saw that. I had clicked submit, but it didn't open because I'm testing, because that's one of the things I found out, like the micro accounts with PlexiTrade does work. And the benefit of using those, of course, is they give you the 2,000 to 1, but you only can execute smaller trades. So they're going to take a smaller risk with you. They only allow you five lot size, up to 5, versus the other account that gives you 50. So I just wanted to mention that. And I don't know if when this activates, it's going to open all of my sell stops, because I might be too high. I just thought about that right now too. So, but we'll see. So I just wanted you guys to know that was a correction, that you can trade the micro accounts on PlexiTrade, but it's because of the restriction that it was appearing that it wasn't working.
A quick update. I had 2 browsers open as well as another system, and all 3 triggered. So, well, just meaning like
Okay.
they worked.
Okay, so you can have
They
multiple
haven't
tabs.
activated, but they're all in the, yep, I have my one system over here, and then I have my laptop over here. And so I entered
Okay.
2 browsers over here, and then on my laptop, I did one over here. And I hit them all at the same, and they are all in the MT4.
Okay,
One of my
that was-
US30 just triggered, so I did US30, gold, and NAS. So
Okay,
we'll
there
see.
you go. So that tells you can have three open. Thank you. Now see what I'm saying? It's activated this one, but it's coming down here. It kept it open. That creates my hedge right there. So I have my hedge. The reason I do that, because once this activated, it would have closed these. But what if this one activates? You know, I wouldn't have had a hedge. But right now, because it's coming close to this, I technically have a hedge between these two, just in case it decides to go down. And so that's why I use the close on profit rather than the close on activation or an order. You know, now we see it didn't activate. These are, we about to be done. We're done. Now those should, these should start closing. I don't know why they didn't. Let me see, I gotta figure out, these supposed to close. Well, they didn't close. I don't even play with them. So they didn't close, but I'm gonna do bulk operations and I'm gonna delete all orders. And they're closed. And at 6:31, profit is made. Literally, let me see. How much did I make?
Okay. Okay.
3 plus 87.3 plus
Well,
62. 276.90 made in literally 2 minutes. We got in at 6:28, out at 6:31.
Yeah.
So how did everybody else do? Are you guys still in trades?
How you say you close them?
You right click on it, and then bulk operations, close all positions. You're in MT5, right?
I wasn't. My trade manager didn't activate it all, so I did it manually.
I did.
And I ended up with pretty good. $103. Good.
Yours didn't activate. What happened?
I have no idea. I couldn't get the symbol up, but I'll go over
Oh,
that.
okay. If you don't have, yeah, you gotta have the symbol up. Okay. So when you have a problem getting the symbol up, remember what I said, you guys. If the symbols don't come up, so let me do. So if you're here, take this off. Oh shoot, I don't think it's gonna let me just refresh it. So if you're here, if you click on this history, that's a history box. That is not the symbols. That's to give you the history of what you've picked in this account before. That is the history. So don't click the box. Click just like right next to it. If you click right next to it, the symbol, these are all come up. If these are not coming up, or if it'll usually something to come up, but it'll be blank. If that happens, you simply refresh it. That's all you have to do. And then the next, because then it'll load it back. You come back here and it'll show you. So remember, it's not clicking on the box.
Got it.
You want to click next to it.
Got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, cousin. So yeah, so you just missed a trade, but anyway, we already did our daily bread trade. We're done. We profit. So anybody have any questions about that?
Oh, yes, I have a question. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, Antoinette. I'm gonna get you next, Yvonne. I see your hand.
Okay. I haven't traded yet. I'm just following along. But I would
Right.
like to know, how
Yes.
do I know what trade to take? I mean, because it's on the symbol. When you hit the symbol, something came up, and I don't
Okay.
really know.
So we're gonna today is a beginner's class. I hope you're able to attend. I know you work, so I'm not really sure if you'll be able to, but if you have, I'll bring up that topic. But really, so when I talked about this strategy, and I know you've watched the videos, you'll hear me talk about the fact that when this strategy is to be used with assets, these symbols are assets. They match up with something like AAPL is the stock symbol for Apple, Apple stock, right? AUD CAD, or you'll hear people say odd CAD, is basically the currency exchange of odd and the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar, right? So that's what that stands for. When you see like let me see, these are all US 30, right? That is the symbol for the Dow Jones. It's the US 30. So all of them match an that we call them assets, or because the reason we call them assets, because they could be indices, they could be stock, they could be futures contracts, they could be options contracts. So they're different types. So we just call them assets, right? So these assets, they match up to, the market, right? What's going on in the market. Everybody's buying and selling stuff in the market. That's the point of it. And so we're trying to capitalize on an asset that moves quickly, because some of them move slow, some of them moves quick. So we're trying to capitalize on that. And so in this strategy, we use the most time, the time that it's most volatile to catch a few pips. It's like I call it a snatch and grab. We're just going in and snatching a few dollars out the market at a time that we know the market is going to move, right? It doesn't matter which direction it moves. That's why we do a buy and a sell. We just let the market, move, make that money real quick and jump out the market. That's it. That's the purpose of this one. So you want to pick a symbol that moves quickly. Now, as you trade, and one of the things that I teach in my course is you want to get familiar with 2 to 5 assets, and when you want to get used to their behavior and how they move and things like that, because that becomes a part of your trading plan, and then you'll know which strategies to apply to which assets. Okay. Hope that answered. I know it's a lot. You got you're at the beginning. It's so much you have to learn. Like there's so much, so don't feel overwhelmed. It's a lot to it. Just kind of try to follow along as much as you can. Use a demo account, so that you're not investing your own money until and then just go from there.
All right, thank you.
No problem. All right, let me look at the people. I know Yvonne had raised her hand, and it's another person. So
yes, good morning. So I had the same error as you, where the 3 just stayed on the screen. And also I put everything you did, but I don't see any profit in mine. It looked like it hit it and it
Oh, let me show you where to go, just so you make sure that you're able to, that you went to the right place.
right.
So, okay. So when you go here, you're on trade, right?
Yep.
If you go to, you see these,
Account
do you see the,
history.
yes, there you go. Do you see
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, no, it's nothing in there except my entrances this morning. Let me see. It says, is today the 17th? Yeah. It just says sell stop, and then under profit, there's nothing listed.
Okay, do
Oh,
me a
excuse me.
favor.
I think it was my buy stops. All of them are there. All 6 are there, but because I had to manually close out like you, but there's nothing listed for swap or profit.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit trail stop loss used for dynamic lot sizing. I did a 1.66 on my account.
What's your account size?
My demo account is at 2718.
Okay, I think a 1.6 might have been too big. Well,
It was
no,
too
because I'm at
big.
micro.
Because I
I'm
did
on
the
micro.
reverse thing, like you said, 500,
Okay.
maybe it was 500 was too big. I put 500 as the profit and
Yeah.
then tried to
So-
reverse divide by 3.
Okay, I'm gonna work on that with you, because it might have showed up, because the reason I'm saying that, were they on the screen?
Yes, they were on the
On
screen.
the screen,
Mhm.
and did they hit one at a time, or did they all flash at once?
They hit as price went.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Your account balance changed? Your account balance didn't change?
My equity to my balance is the same, identically.
No, but I mean, did what you started with this morning to now, it didn't change?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at your account with you at the end of class, because I want to see why it didn't. Because if it's weird, because if it's listed in the history, it only listed in the history when profit was taken. So that's what's weird.
Yeah.
Because if it just closes it out, it doesn't list it here.
Oh, I have a lot of them like that, so I'm happy to go over that with you.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at it with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's something that's weird. Okay. All right, and then it was somebody else that had a hand up. Let me find it. Oh, Nina. Okay, thank you, Nina. Yours blends in with your background. I'm like, it was somebody else.
Okay, so the question is, so let's just say at if there's a, what is it called, like a skip or a, like
A
when
gap.
price opens a gap, if
Gap.
price opens above that trigger, how does that work for both? If I were to use the new trade as well as the daily bread? Because I see, and just to add to that,
Okay,
so
okay, I'm like,
looking
okay.
to create like when before what on
Getting
Sunday
her
when
trading plan together, y'all. She getting her trading plan together.
I am.
Y'all better follow her. Y'all better follow her. She getting her trading plan together.
On Sunday, as you know, before the market opened, I was looking to use the trade minute or the better trader, the new trade feature.
Trade, yeah, I understand. Just say
And
trade.
see, there usually is that
gap.
the gap, right? And so I didn't know like how that, if it would trigger it or if it would just not do anything. How would that work?
So you're saying, okay, so Sunday when the market opens back up, you already in a trade or you're not in a trade?
So
you said Sunday. That's why I'm saying that, because Sunday the market, depending on
right.
what asset.
Let's just say I'm preparing for the market to open, and because I'm working on how to wrap my mind on how the new trade feature works, and I think it's like, go ahead.
So just this is the thing. So the trade manager, remember, it doesn't activate well, I shouldn't say that. It will activate the trade, but you have to manually activate it. It's not going to be like while you're asleep, it's going to activate it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it doesn't do that. It's not, neither one of them, both of them require right now, both of them require you to go in and manually hit the trade. But what the
Gotcha.
trade, the difference between the daily bread and the trade manager is the daily bread is it's already got the strategy within it. The strategy is the daily bread strategy. So they're both trade managers. So again, think of the name, trade managers. It's managing the trade. It's not, even though it's allowing you to execute, but its whole purpose is to manage the trade for you. Now, the difference between trade managers and auto trading or algo trading or bot trading, whatever, everybody has a different terminology, is you can set it and it will trade for you automatically, like based on whatever your strategy, get in when this goes up, whatever your strategy is, it will consistently, as long as you have that window open for it to trade, it will constantly trade your trades for you, right? You don't have to do nothing. You just do it the first time and it'll put in as many trades as your account allows. That's auto trading, right? Or algo trading or bots. Those are trading bots. It will trade for you. There is something out there that will trade for you. A trade manager, you decide when you want to enter, and then it will manage the trade from there. So with the daily bread, you decide when you get in. So we decided we get in at 628. And then based on all of the trading, the parameters, here's my take profit, here's my trailing stop loss, here's my initial stop loss, here's my one closes the other. Now it's going to manage all of those different things within the trade, right? So the daily bread, it has the strategy in it. With the trade manager, and I'm going to pull it up on the screen to show you, the difference is with this one, the daily bread has the daily bread strategy. This one, you can make it whatever strategy you want. You can, based on you can say, like, I have I'm not saying I have it, I'm just making this up. I have a strategy where when there's a buy on, gold, I want it to move up, when it goes into profit, 1 point or, 10 pips, whichever you want to say, I want it to move me to break even. And then once it moves me to break even, I want it to, do a trailing stop loss every, 0.5, I want it to trail up by 0.2. And then not only that, as it goes, 1 point or 2 points into profit, I wanted to add another position at 0.25 of my original position. And I want you to put a hedge on it just in case any of this goes against me before I get, because, the hedge only matters before you get into profit. After you get into profit, you don't need the hedge, right? So I want to put a hedge on it as my insurance just in case it doesn't go into profit right away. And you can do that setup by setup, trade by trade. You can literally set it up based on, I see, you can go in, you saw a position, and you can remember, you can set the stop losses by, remember I said there's a way you can stop it by points or pips, or you can set it by an absolute number. So you can say, I want you to move into profit, and I want you to trail it when it gets to this low. Oh, this low is at 19,536. You can put that actual number in. And remember, because you're trailing your stops, you can put it in based on an absolute price. So you can say when price is, 19536.5, I want you to move my stop loss to 19555, whatever. So you can do it by absolute numbers based on the fact that you've done an analysis, and that's where you see when I want to move it when it get to here. Oh, what's that number? Or I want to move it when it gets to here. What's that number? You can literally do it position by position and say, this is what I see based on this position, this move, and you can set it. So you're going to say, I'm going to enter. I don't need to put in a stop loss and take profit because I'm going to create a trailing stop that's going to trail, or it's going to move my stops according to the analysis that I did. So you could do this based on analysis and give it actual values, after you've mapped out your trade for like a longer time trade, this wouldn't be for scalping because it would be too quick, right? So for a position trade where you've mapped it out and you've done all of this stuff, you can set it up and then you can save it as a preset and wait for your entry to come and then enter. So it's a lot of different ways that you can use. It's a trade manager. And so then after you've done your analysis, you put all your settings in place, your trade, you get your alert for your activation. You just go and pull up your preset. It's going to pull up everything that you had, and then you place your trade. So you can do it that way. So it's a lot of different ways that you can use it, but the purpose of it's a tool to use to manage your trade. Now that you've done your analysis, you put all of your stuff in your trade is moving, you can go and do what you want to do because it's going to manage it. You don't have to sit in and move your stop loss up. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You've done your analysis, you put all of your stuff in, and it's good. Now, that's one way. You can do it based on another way you can do it is you can do it based on, let me take some of this stuff off. Based off of the trend strategy or the cloud strategy, you can do it, you know, like for instance, a trend strategy, when you get an alert, right? You got an alert here, you got an alert, you want to enter, and then you just have settings on how you want it to trail, right? So this is the signal. When this signal come up, you can set an alert to tell you, hey, send an alert to my phone when this signal comes up. And now you're going to wait for the actual entry. You get in, you know, some people get in here, but you can get in on either spot. This is dropping so good. But anyway, you get in and and you take that trade and you tell it to trail. You just have it manage this. And so you don't have to sit here and watch this go back and forth. You set your settings in here. I want you to move me to break even at 5, move me, you know, another 5 pips when I get to 10 points in profit, move me to 10 points in profit when I get to 15. And then when I get to 20 points, after 20, I want you to trail it, move it 5 points up every 10 times, every 10 points in profit. So you can have multiple strategies. You're creating your own strategy and your own trading plan, but this tool is managing your trade so you don't have to be stuck at your desk watching it.
Yeah, so it does. And so
Okay.
like the key takeaway, I mean, you gave me a lot of information and answers the question on like the market execution. Like I need to still manually do it. It's not like
It's not an
a limit order or, you know, a sell. I get what you're saying.
On the trade manager, you can't do a pending order.
Pending
right?
order, that's the word. Yes, pending order. Yes, got you.
Can't do
Okay.
a pending order on the trade manager. But technically, the daily bread you can.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
The daily
100%.
bread you can do because right now when we click, we're saying open price. But
Right.
if you put in a price, it's gonna put it in pending status until that price hits.
Correct. Okay. I follow you 100%. And then just to make sure I understand, just because I didn't catch it. If price opens, like say on the daily bread, if price gaps above the entry, how does that work?
It's gonna,
It will enter?
It will. So like,
Even
for
above
instance,
the TPs?
if you, no. So I'm trying to,
I'm sorry.
so you're saying if I set a number, right? So say I set 2,000 to 20,000 for NAS, right?
Well, no, okay, so back up just a second. So let's just say like we entered the market how we did today and price, you know, the market opened above those TPs. Like, because you know, sometimes price will jump, or let's just say it opened at one of the TPs. It didn't like trigger, or maybe it didn't go through the opening.
The market price is market price upon execution. So whatever that price, because what you're saying on this trade, okay, so remember in the daily bread trade, you're saying whenever I click this execution button, which would be market price, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I click this submit button, I want you to activate a trade 10 points above and 10 points below. So it's not going in right at, you see what I'm saying?
True.
So remember, even if it gaps up, it would have to gap up above 10 points. But if
Okay.
it does do that, it's gonna activate at
Okay.
it's because when so basically, like for instance, what I'm saying is it's not the it's happening simultaneously. So if the gap is happening when you execute, it's gonna wherever the gap ends is where it's gonna start your 10 points counting. You get it? Because it's not you're not executing at 0 points. You're not saying I want you to open my trade soon as you hit the market. You're saying I want it to hit the market, and whatever it hits the market at, I want you to wait 10 points above or 10 points below to see which way it goes before you activate my trades, my 3 trades.
Got it.
You get it?
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. No problem. Jay, was it Jay next, I believe?
Uh, I was over here like rush hour, just pushing the button,
Oh,
and
okay.
I won all of them except for one. Like after that, I just kept pushing the button, and it went well. Like it went well, but
Don't do that, Jay,
uh,
in your real account.
no, I was doing it for I can try to hedge, but I kept winning, so it wasn't
I
working.
know, it's crazy.
So
I
finally
did.
the hedge part came. I had my lot size at 0.05, and I had like 3 contracts in. I mean, not 3 contracts in, you should say. Not 3
So you
contracts, but
should
3
your hedge should
orders.
have been at your hedge should you said you had it at 0.5 for each hedge?
0.5.
0.5. So when you went in and put your hedge in, it should have been at 1.5 if you had 3 of them.
1.5. 1.5. All right, yeah. So I tried to hedge it, and I messed that up miserably. Yeah, so that's the only reason that's why I had my hand up. Yeah, just try to see how to do that hedge. But yeah, I
Okay.
was over here
So
like
what
rush
did
hour,
you
just
do?
pushing the button. And hey, them things was coming off winning. I was like, man, can I lose? I wanted to lose at a moment, but yeah.
No, it does that because again, remember that it's a snatch and grab. And so for indices, it's nothing to move 10, it's nothing to move 5 points, it's nothing to move. So that's the thing. Like that's the point of it. It's like you snatching and grabbing, and then you got your hedge, like you said. Because I was trying to do some training videos with the hedge. I'm like, oh, come on, like I can't, it kept winning.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So I get
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying.
But I had to be careful what I asked
what
for
did
because
you
I
do
ended up
for the
losing.
hedge?
I ended
What
up
did you,
losing.
yeah, definitely. But what
Yep.
did you, that's the only way you could practice though. What did you do so that I can try and walk you through what you should have done? You know,
I put 0.002. I knew I needed a I know I needed a 1.5, but yeah, I was all over the place trying to hurry up and put it in to see if I can catch it up. I just forgot the 1.5. I just put 2. I put what I put 0. I put 0.02.
okay. So remember, you always got it. The first catch is stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding means even it up, right? Stop the bleeding, even it up. So whatever it is, you want to even it up. So basically, when you stop the bleeding, you want to keep adding trades until your numbers don't move anymore. Basically, that's what happens. So the numbers stop moving. It stays stuck on whatever that loss is. Stop the bleeding. That's your first action. And then after that, you sit back and wait. Take your breath, sit back and wait and figure out which way the market is really going. And then you enter the third trade. Don't be so quick to enter that third trade because remember, you're not bleeding anymore. You might be in a little pain, but you're not bleeding. So the whole point is you can think about it. You can wait and see what the market is really going to do. And then you enter your third trade in the same value. So whatever, whatever. Go ahead.
Would the lot size be 0.15 instead of 0.15? Because if I had 0.05,
Oh, you have points. Oh, I thought you said 0.5. That's why I said that.
0.05.
But yeah,
so
it should be 0.15. Yes.
Okay.
But the reason when you put in 0.2, the reason it messed up because it didn't stop the bleeding. What it did was now whatever the other direction, it was a little bit more geared to that direction.
Yeah.
And until, and that would, if that direction was now profitable, that would have, started to lessen your loss. But again, remember, we stop the bleeding until we figure out which way it's going. So it could be going right there, then go back, then go back, then go back and forth. And you've already put in a size, you didn't stop the bleeding. You basically, you giving it too much painkiller
Yeah.
when it wasn't time yet. You know,
I
remember,
ain't put on a tourniquet. I ain't put on a
there you
tourniquet. I
go.
just let that
You
thing.
just gave it, you threw some painkiller in there, then put on a tourniquet, it's still bleeding, and
Right.
yeah.
Gave my man some alcohol, thin out his blood
Ooh,
more. Now
jeez.
he bleeding all over the place.
That part. So that's what happened. So we stop the bleeding first, even it up, stop the bleeding. Baby,
Time
about to
for it.
go?
All right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yep, but again, that's when, as I said, it's just it takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit of practice. So yeah, I know that was funny. Can I lose? Nina, I just saw that. Yeah. Anybody have any other questions? We're like at 7 o'clock. We're doing so good. So proud of myself.
This was
Getting out
great. Thank
on time. All righty.
Nina,
Don't
I have
jinx
another
it.
question.
Don't
Yes.
jinx. See, jinx.
Okay,
I still have to help Yvonne, but yeah.
you said we have another class at 11 o'clock today?
It might be 11 o'clock your time, but it's in an hour. It's 8 o'clock my time.
So what class is this right here? This is not the training class?
No, this is the trade. So we have community trading at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. where we do a trade. We do an
Okay.
active trade. So, and then we have the training class at 8 a.m. for beginners on Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay,
And-
okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, thank you.
Got it? No problem. All right. All right, you guys. Well, everybody, if you like, you can go see you guys tomorrow. This was great. So I'm gonna, Yvonne, sit back. I'm gonna help you with your account and then go from there. But I'll see you guys the next group at 8 o'clock if you choose to attend, beginners. If not, happy trading today. See you guys tomorrow.
Okay,
Thank
see you
you. Have
tomorrow.
a nice
See you tomorrow.
day.
Thank you. Great day. Great day.
Thank you.
Great
Have a
day.
good day.
Love it.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.